Viewers, you are watching our YouTube channel and I'm Imran Khan. This is our new channel and this is the very first video on it. We created this English channel so that people who don't understand Urdu can also connect with our message. We hope you love this channel just like you supported our previous one. Here, you'll find videos in English to watch and listen. Please subscribe and share as much as you can. Thank you. Viewers, first of all, we have to talk about the negotiations that took place between Afghanistan and Pakistan. If there is peace in Pakistan, the country will progress, stability will come, and the economy will improve. But if there is no peace, then nothing will move forward. Imran Khan had given a formula long ago. He kept saying repeatedly that Pakistan must hold talks with the Afghan government. It's not necessary that you talk specifically with the Taliban. Whoever is in power there, you need to engage with them. Earlier, there was the Ashraf Ghani government, and during Imran Khan's tenure, Pakistan engaged with them as well. Before that, there was Hamid Karzai's government, and Pakistan held a dialogue during that period too. Now, since the Taliban are in power, Pakistan has to talk to them whether you like it or not. Look at India, it had great relations with puppet governments in Afghanistan. But today, even India is meeting with the Taliban, visiting them and developing diplomatic and trade relations with them. They are even investing there. Pakistan should have taken advantage of this situation. Imran Khan had warned in time that peace cannot be achieved unless you engage with Afghanistan. But our leaders didn't realize this until bodies started falling, until people were killed, until terrorism once again raised its head. Only then did they realize that they needed talks, but by that time, the doors for negotiations had already closed. Now Pakistan and Afghanistan both realize that they need mediators. Because once war begins, trust disappears. The mutual trust that once existed between both sides is no longer there. The talks currently happening in Qatar and the ones planned to happen in Istanbul. Turkey, these could have taken place in Islamabad or even Peshawar, with mutual respect and trust between both sides. But now, third parties have entered the scene. Arab countries, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, Qatar, and even Iran might get involved. This shows how much the situation has changed for Pakistan. Afghanistan, a brotherly neighboring Muslim country, the same Afghanistan where Pakistan played a key role in two major wars. The same Taliban whom Pakistan helped create and train today, when they are in power. Instead of aligning with Pakistan, it is Pakistan that's knocking on doors around the world to engage with them. Then we have Khawaja Asif giving one-sided statements again. At his age, one should stop lying. I read his statement, it's completely different from the one that came from Qatar. The statement from Qatar tells a different story. It says the talks were times bilateral asterisk, not one-sided. I've already mentioned this before. Afghanistan also suffers from terrorism and claims that terrorist groups operating inside Pakistan are destabilizing their government. Similarly, Pakistan complains that TTP militants operate from Afghan soil. Both sides now agree not to interfere in each other's territory. I sincerely hope this ceasefire lasts. But let me remind you, when Imran Khan first suggested peace talks, Pakistan's military establishment and their political allies mocked him. Some quoted verses in religious wars, others called him Taliban Khan or even a traitor. They labeled Afghanistan a terrorist state and declared there would be no space for facilitators of terrorists. And now, same people are sitting across the table with those they once called enemies. When Imran Khan was informed during a court appearance by Alima Khan and others about the number of military officers and soldiers martyred, he stood up immediately. He repeated one thing over and over nearly 10 times. Talk to Afghanistan. Engage with Afghanistan. Reconnect with Afghanistan. Because he understands the dynamics of that region better than anyone else. He understands what's going on here. He knows that this conflict must be stopped. And the best way to stop it is by involving the tribal elders, engaging with the Afghan government, taking the local administration into confidence, and working together to eliminate terrorism. If Pakistan keeps fighting a one-sided war, it could go on for another 20 years, just like it has already been fighting for the past 20 to 25 years. You've conducted over 14,000 small operations and dozens of large ones, yet peace has not returned. There's only one way to bring peace. The entire region must collectively move towards it, and that's impossible without Afghanistan's participation. Those who once mocked Imran Khan are now doing exactly what he said. Initially, they wanted to escalate the conflict. They thought by intensifying the fighting, Donald Trump would take notice. Look, you wanted the Bagram airbase, see how much we've sacrificed for you, how hard we're trying. We're fighting Afghans for you, launching attacks, taking action. But Trump didn't pay attention. he was trapped in his own domestic troubles in America. When Trump made it clear that he was busy with major issues at home and would look at Afghanistan and Pakistan later, Pakistan finally realized that there was no benefit in this approach. As the saying goes, we spent everything and still ended up with nothing. So to avoid further loss, Pakistan said, let's talk. Imran Khan was right. Only when their personal interests failed did they suddenly remember the national interest and began peace talks with Afghanistan, which, to be fair, is a good move. The ceasefire should hold. But the DGISPR's recent visit to Peshawar had two clear objectives. After listening to his press conference, it became evident that 1. He wanted to ensure there was no opposition to the ongoing operations in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. To justify this, he even gave a religious reference saying, if negotiations were the solution, then why did the Battle of Badr happen? Sohail Afridi said that the people of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa will decide about their own lives and their future. No one will be allowed to impose the decisions made behind closed doors on the people. In this regard, for the sake of peace, on Saturday, October 25th, 2025, a grand peace jirga will be held in Tehsil Bara, District Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, bringing together tribal elders, leaders, and youth rising above all political affiliations. The last time such a large jirga took place was when Manzoor Pashtun invited everyone, and a massive jirga was held in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. At that time, Ali Amin Gandapur's government was in power, and during that period, some young men were martyred. The Khyber Pakhtunkhwa police even attacked the jirga. Later, in response to the situation, Ali Amin Gandapur himself went there for firefighting efforts. However, the demands of that jirga, no one knows what happened to them. Nothing ever came out publicly. After that, we have continued to see operation after operation being carried out. Now, this is a big test for Sohail Afridi. If he convenes this jirga, then what will become of the decisions made there? Anyway, he said that tribal elders and leaders will participate and a grand peace jirga of the youth will be held. He further said that the government of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa will, inshallah, stand with Imran Khan's ideology and with the interest of the province's people. Strict security arrangements should be ensured because the enemies of peace may try to sabotage any effort where the voice of the people is raised. Now viewers, let me put another thing before you regarding America. Donald Trump is once again emerging as a champion in global politics, and countries all over the world are showing their allegiance to him. But notice carefully, the countries flattering Trump the most are the ones where there is no democracy. Pakistan, full flattery program. Similarly, Indonesia, full flattery program, full hospitality, and the Arab countries, they don't have democracy at all. So wherever Trump is being excessively praised, we all know what kind of democracy exists there. Now, look at Turkey. What is the condition of Tayyip Erdogan today? What has become of the opposition there? And how it has been crushed? We'll discuss that in detail later. I'll even do a separate vlog on it. Because Erdogan is no longer the same Erdogan he once was. There have been major changes in him, especially in the past 5 to 8 years. Now, some people even recognize him as a dictator. In Turkey, many political parties have been silenced or suppressed, and we'll talk about that later. Although Erdogan still has many strengths, he has also developed some flaws, because continuous and absolute power always creates such problems. A human being is, after all, normal, but when faced with such conditions, he can also become abnormal. Now, in America, a movement has started against Donald Trump. Technically, it began in June 2025, but when Trump returned to power at the start of 2025, after about 5 months, a movement rose up against him because his style of governance is seen by Americans as authoritarian. The methods Trump has adopted are being viewed as dictatorial in nature. Now, this movement was already simmering, but what really fueled the fire was a particular incident involving a video shared from Donald Trump's own account. That video set the emotions of the American people on fire. In that video, apparently created by artificial intelligence, Trump is seen inside a fighter jet with the word Trump written on it. On the jet's body is written King Trump, and Trump himself is seen wearing a crown on his head. While flying, the jet releases a massive amount of waste material which falls like bombs over the protesting crowd below, literally covering people in filth. It's like he practically demonstrated the English proverb referring to such arrogance. This video, titled King Trump, was shared from Trump's own account. Now, although the video was AI generated, It should never have been posted. People found it deeply insulting, and Americans have taken great offense. The current situation, as I share it with you, is this. Democracy supporters across America have taken to the streets in all 50 states and in roughly 2,600 to 2,700 cities, an enormous number. Reports suggest that over 7 million Americans, some say 5 million, others 7 million or more, have come out in protest against Trump's authoritarian rule. These historic demonstrations are currently taking place throughout the United States. At such a massive scale, protests like these have never been seen before. People are saying, Trump, we reject your kingship. We won't accept your rule. They accuse Trump of leaning towards military oppression. But remember, in America, there is no king. People have strongly reacted against Trump, carrying bizarre posters, mocking him through caricatures, creating strange satirical effigies and sculptures. Just as Trump insulted the public, the people have insulted him back fiercely. But what surprises me the most is this. There are no cases being registered in America, no Section 144 imposed, no containers blocking the roads, no bullets being fired by the American forces. And yet, the United States has the most powerful army in the world. The strongest law enforcement agencies belong to America. They possess the best weapons, fighter jets, and world-class tear gas. If they wanted to build barricades or dig trenches, they could easily do so, killing 20,000-30,000 people in an instant. But none of that is happening there. There are no fake FIRs being filed, and among the millions protesting, not even a single person has complained that their privacy or home sanctity was violated. This, viewers, is America. The reason they call themselves a superpower and the reason they stand ahead of the rest of the world, because their citizens truly have democratic rights. Now, Donald Trump himself has said, I am not a king. They are calling me a king for no reason. They are saying wrong things about me. The American president himself admitted, they are calling me a king, but I am not a king. Yet, the very video released by Trump had the words King Trump written across it. This is the reaction of the American people that we are witnessing now. Viewers, there is another very alarming report. I cannot personally confirm it, but journalist Ziad Tanoli, whom I know personally and respect, has reported that Allama Khadim Rizvi, the founder of Tehreek-e-Labbaik, whose death occurred a few years ago and whose annual death anniversary falls on November 16th every year, may have his remains exhumed and relocated from his current shrine in Lahore to another place outside the city. According to Ziad Tanoli and several other journalists, the government might move his body to Attock, Rajanpur, or some far-off rural area, allegedly to prevent traffic congestion in Lahore during his death anniversary. This, if true, is quite a shocking development. The Punjab government, as we know, is capable of anything. And if this reasoning holds, then what about the other shrines located within Lahore? Will they all be emptied and relocated to open areas as well? Will people start visiting the deserts of Cholistan for annual Urs gatherings? This, viewers, is the reported story regarding Khadim Rizvi. And though I can't yet say what impact this will have, we'll soon find out. Now, the final and equally important news. Some people are proudly taking credit for stopping the Israel-Gaza war. They're claiming we made the peace deal possible. But the truth is there has been no ceasefire. Those who signed the agreement are silent. Pakistan, in fact, should be raising its voice. What was this agreement about? Why were we all made to endorse it? The so-called ceasefire deal has been sold across the world, but it never truly happened. Just yesterday, I told you an entire family of 11 Palestinians was martyred. And now, once again, Israel's bombardment of Gaza continues. 38 Palestinians have been killed in just one day, and 143 more have been injured. Since the so-called ceasefire began, in only 4 or 5 days, 47 violations of the agreement have already occurred. The Rafah crossing, the main route for humanitarian aid, has been sealed indefinitely by Israel, another direct violation of the ceasefire. Reports say nearly 70,000 tons of explosives still lie buried under Gaza's rubble. Israel's brutality hasn't stopped. So who will step forward now? Who will dare to ring the bell around the cat's neck And then there's Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif, who was seen jumping with joy, praising Donald Trump publicly. Yesterday, I heard our own Field Marshal, and for the first time in history, I witnessed something unheard of. An army chief attending a passing out parade, praising the American president in front of new recruits, the young blood being inducted into the army, a truly strange and historic moment indeed.